Yes, my people, it's your boy Django back with a little match reaction. FA Cup, United v Reading. Nice little 3-1 win. Casemiro's elite. So let's get into it. Talk about the game. And as per usual, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in a comment. First thing I want to say is well done and a good win. Another step in the right direction. Erik Ten Hag is setting a mentality as he wants to win every game, which for me is good. Been waiting for a manager to do and take charge of my club properly for a decade now. And you know what? All's well. So let's talk about some performance, individual performance, and the team performance. Harry Maguire is not good enough for Manchester United. I don't know if it's because he's not playing regularly, but he's not good enough because Lindelof ain't been playing regularly, and he didn't look out of place. Harry Maguire look out of place in our team. It's just these are the things I said 3 years ago. It's all come to told this season. Within 6 months of having a proper manager, every single thing I complained about for the last 2 3 years has come to see. The fact that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is back in the team, there's another thing, and he's playing good. And I do hear one and two fan channel trying to say Anthony ain't playing well because he's got Aaron Wan-Bissaka next to him. I watched the full game last night again, paying specific attention to Anthony and Wan-Bissaka. And to the idiots who's saying Anthony is not being Anthony because of Wan-Bissaka, shut up and stop talking absolute nonsense. Because at this moment in time, Wan-Bissaka, apart from Casemiro, has been our best player. If not, sorry, forgot about Rashford, but Rashford's been on some mazza form, right? Wan-Bissaka is our next best player beyond them two. And every time he gets the ball, he plays the ball straight to Anthony's feet or into space for Anthony to run into. But yet again, Mr. One Dimension only cuts in and try to play a dead outside foot pass. I play right wing as a left footer, and not a single soul can tell me that I don't know how to play right winger as a left foot, or all wingers are different. All wingers are different, but the moral and the principle of a winger remains the same regardless of how much the games have changed. The principle of a winger remains the same. Your job is to get beyond your defender and deliver, right? If you can't get beyond your defender, then you can try your little sideways passes and that. But the job of a winger is get beyond your defender and deliver, right? The fundamental has not changed. As much as I don't rate Gary Neville as a pundit, he had the fundamentals down. So did David Beckham. David Beckham did not complicate anything when it comes to being outside wide. Yes, wingers are different. So instead of using a right-footed winger, I would use Arjen Robben. Arjen Robben is somebody who predominantly cuts inside, but he does know that, you know what, I'm going to go on the outside just to change it up a bit, right? And not only does Robben don't just rely on cutting inside, it was his main go-to, but he doesn't rely on it. He's an unpredictable player, even though he's so predictable. Right? So if you're gonna tell me my winger is not the same as every other winger, you're talking nonsense. A winger's job is primarily get the ball, get beyond your defender, and deliver. That's it, right? Whether or not you're playing wing forward, yeah, it might vary a bit, but like I'm saying, the fundamental will always remain. You can't take the fundamental out of a game of football, or because you want it to fit your agenda. Right, so for me, look, Palestri has played altogether 30 something minutes worth of football, and in that 30 something minutes worth of football, I have seen more from a winger that I want in Palestri than I have in Anthony. And people want to say, oh, he's got 6 goals in 14 appearances. Like I said, my grandmother, apart from the one against Arsenal and City, my grandmother would score them goals, right? Because 2 of them came from Marshall, who everybody is slated. right? And the other one was from a Rashford pass that was blatantly onto his left foot for him to side foot in. He could not have missed. But beyond that, what happened in the game, even yesterday, bro, there was nothing from the winger. Yeah, people are gonna say, oh, but he delivered a good passing to Casemiro. Casemiro's run forced him to make that pass. Look on the shape of his body when he came inside, he was going to shoot. That's his first every time. Look, Rashford used to be like what Anthony's doing now, right? He's not thinking about the team. The first time he gets the ball, he's thinking, can he get his shot off? That's not what a winger should be thinking about. No way, no how. I play winger and I love scoring goals, but a winger should be thinking about putting the ball in the right place for his striker, right? If the striker is not in the place, that's when you as a winger take it upon yourself to either create an opportunity for yourself or for somebody else, right? Don't tell me all wingers are different, which you have a point. Each winger play different. Obviously, each winger have their own playing style. But like I'm saying, the fundamental of a winger is get beyond your man, deliver, link play. Wan-Bissaka give this guy the ball, yeah, in every time I see it in perfect situation, one-on-one or on the move, where Anthony's not slow. So people who are out there trying to make up excuse that Anthony's slow, yeah, stop talking nonsense. Anthony's one of the quickest player in our squad. He's on par with Rashford for quickness with the ball at his feet. So stop making dumbass excuse here and set the levels like my captain Roy Keane used to have the levels set, right? There's certain levels that you have to have when you come to United. And I'm not seeing that from Anthony, but I'm not going on like these rest of the fans who were saying he's got something. That's my point is he's got something. So I'm hard on him because I want him to produce it. You can see the ability the guy's got, but he's just not using it effectively enough. And if you're a United fan and want the best for United, you have to call these things out. Because like I'm saying, Palestri has played, I think it's 27 or 37 minutes worth of football. And in that 27 minute worth of football, I've seen somebody who uses the space greatly, makes the right decision, pass the ball at the right time, and delivers early crosses. He doesn't slow the game up. So you cannot tell me somebody, yeah, who's been in our youth academy, been out on loan, makes better decision than somebody that we overpaid for. It's dumb to try and defend that. Look, I've gone AWOL on this subject because I expect better from a winger that you paid 18 odd mil for. And it's the same, what I said the same with Rashford, but I will give them time to get used to the league. That don't mean I think they're dead players or not good enough. It's just at this moment in time, they're not performing well enough for me. And I'm not going to slate at Harry Maguire and not slate at other players who, in my opinion, are not up to the standard, yes. And Ten Hag is going to play him because it's his guy. Look, when I was cussing Bruno, it wasn't like the other fans who were cussing Bruno. I'm cussing Bruno because what I see from Bruno previous to what I seen when he was playing bad compared to what he's playing like now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So my problem here is with players not doing as much as they should be doing for the team when majority of the team is pulling in the right direction. Nobody is beyond criticism, regardless. And I don't care if you've been here 6 months. If you're going to come with a price tag of £80 million, right? There's a level I expect. There's a level of performance I expect from you, regardless, no matter what. And if you come into Manchester United with that price tag, yes, regardless, I'm going to expect levels of performance. Because nobody was sweeping anything under the carpet when it came to Paul Pogba. It was all out in full force. So let's keep the same energy. And now let's talk about Casemiro. All right. From the third, same thing I said about Varane when we signed Varane. We'll be talking about one of the best, if not the best in the league. Same thing I said about Casemiro. when everybody was cussing, well, not everybody, when rival fans was cussing, and some of United fans was joining in talking about, oh, but it's his age. I've watched a few YouTube channels said exactly the same thing, and I sat there and laughed. I said to them, it's a Mazza because he's younger than Kevin De Bruyne or Salah and everyone, yeah. But somehow this guy is older. And one thing I'm going to say, I think we're getting the better version. I think we're getting the best version of Casemiro. And I'm going to explain why I think we're getting the best version of Casemiro. When Casemiro was in Real Madrid, nobody was talking about Casemiro like we are talking about Casemiro. Almost every fan channel I've checked out is saying best in the world, right? Casemiro at Real Madrid didn't get the credit he deserved, or from what the media would have us think, he didn't get the credit of what he deserved. You can see player reaction to Casemiro when he was leaving Real Madrid, so you know how they value him. But at United, I feel the Casemiro we're getting is a Casemiro who has a point to prove that he is as good as your Modric and your Kroos, respectively, in his own position. Because Casemiro is balling. I ain't seen a midfielder like this since Roy Keane at Old Trafford. Somebody who's got a presence, somebody who can do. He can do almost every side of football. He can do the dirty work. He can do the clean work. He can play a pass. He can intercept the bro. He can do everything that you want your holding midfielder to do. Getting Casemiro was better than getting De Jong for the project to start, in my opinion, because I said it again many a times. I said it, we haven't replaced Roy Keane. Until we replace Roy Keane, yeah, our midfield was a joke. We used to go to Newcastle and get bullied off people by Shane Longstaff and that. You name one game of football since Casemiro's been here that the midfield felt soft or weak. I never forget the Tottenham game when my man put in a tackle on, I think it's Bruno or Ericsson. And straight away Casemiro, bam, straight away retaliate, show them that we're in a game and we're not soft. We haven't had that in midfield. And then you put Ericsson next to him, who take care of the ball, always makes the right choices, or 90% of the time make the right choices. And then we have a midfield. Like I did predict Maguire and Lindelof to start. Malacia needs to fix up, because I'll get onto that in a minute. Yeah, let me just talk about my midfield trio first, because it's one of the best, if not the best midfield trio. I would say us, City and Arsenal have the best free midfield. I'll put Brighton close, but I just think us, I would go as far as saying us and City have the best quality in the free midfield. And that's not me being biased or anything. When you go Casemiro, Ericsson and Bruno, then you go Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, Rodri, Gundogan, De Bruyne. Like, it'd be hard to choose between all three of them midfield. Go back 6 months ago and United fans couldn't say that, or even the world of football wouldn't say that. So we're in the right place, and getting Rashford back to where we're used to Rashford being, where you do have some fans trying to compare him to Mbappe, which everybody has their own opinion. Now all I need is my right side to fix up. Ever since Solskjaer was in charge, we cried about the right side. All right, we spent, how much have we spent now? Is that 170 odd mil? Oh no, so if you put Ahmed in it, we spent 200 and odd mil on the right hand side, and it's still a problem in my opinion, right? And don't tell me wingers are different, right? When you got young Garnacho doing bits on the wing, your winger are supposed to ghost whoever is marking them. That's a winger's job. Get your team up the pitch. He has the ball in space because Wan-Bissaka does the Spider-Man tackle and play the ball to him, and he's slowing. He's moving like Maguire and Matic, rolling the ball side and that is, yo, I've had enough of it, right? And that's slowing us down. I don't care what set United fans want to say on their fan channel talking nonsense about wingers are different. It's garbage. Weghorst, not good enough. I know he hasn't done a good job for United. Yes, he done 1 and 2 okay link play, but Weghorst is not good enough to be leading United. Yes, we can't do better because of the situation we're in, but he's not good enough. It's blatant to see. He wasn't good enough for Burnley, so how is he going to be good enough for Manchester United? This is mad. And people are trying to buy it up and trying to sell it like, yo, he's doing a good job. No, he's not. He hasn't. You can't. If you're striker, if you have a striker who's not willing to run in behind, and then you have two wingers who stay wide to get the ball, you are not penetrating as much as you should be. It's a fact. You can't be playing just with your back to goal at all time. Weghorst does not trying to go in behind. I was watching the Arsenal game against City, and I was watching Haaland. And yes, his link-up play is terrible. Anybody tell me that this kid's got a link-up play or is as good as Mbappe, yeah, you haven't got a clue. His link-up play is terrible, but do you know what? He fights for the ball and he's running behind. Once he gets going, 6'4", yeah, and he's quick as well. The defenders couldn't deal with him. Rob Holding had to get taken off because he was getting bullied by Haaland. Weghorst is not going to do that for us. He's just going to be a target man, somebody to hit. And yes, it's the Glazers' fault why we haven't got a striker. But we're going in the right way. Let's all support the team in the right manner. And if you think I'm wrong in what I'm saying, let me know in the comment. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.